Well, a very good evening to you. It's game 11 of 15. We enter the business end of the Sahara Conference today. Nigeria's Kwara Falcons know that if they don't win tonight, then qualification for the playoffs in Kigali, well, will be unlikely. They have lost 3, and tonight here at the Dakar Arena, they'll try and topple Senegal's own AS Douanes, who won their first game last night. Yeah, there's a little bit of pressure on his shoulders to perform, and we're expecting him to bring his A game to the floor tonight and try and put a smile on the coach of Pabi Gay's face. AS Douanes, this is their starting 5.
Akali Ndor, Crawford, Fal, Ndai, and Ocherobia. No change from the starting lineup that got them that win. And I think the tried and tested as far as Coach Pabi Gay is concerned. But we spoke about Crawford. He's important, but Ocherobia inside the paint is going to have to control the rebounds. And he gives them great production with his 8 points and 7 rebounds. And if he continues to grow in that role, will be great for them.
Yeah, and here is Michael Oriaki coming in to replace Jawad Adekoyo in the starting 5 for Kwara Falcons.
Wilson Jr., Eze, Mordi, and Monyong, the standard as far as that's concerned. Interesting that we have Oriaki coming in place of Adekoya. Adekoya, the long-range shooter, but this might be a defensive move just to try and get some matchup on Chris Crawford, and we'll see how that will be, how that adjustment affects the play on the floor.
Let's now go across to Asha Kumagisha, who's with us tonight on the side of the court. Big smile, a big game, Asha.
Yes, it is a big game. Obviously, you can see the Senegalese fans have come out in big numbers to support AS Douanes. It's a crucial game for them if they stand a chance to go to the playoffs in Kigali. But in front of them is the Kwara Falcons. The Nigerian champions have not won a game so far, as you earlier indicated. They're desperate, and it's very, very tough to come up against a desperate team.
And we've got a BAL for her, Asha, of course, and we've got a female referee and a wonderful referee from Egypt.
Yes, absolutely. Sarah Gamal El Shanoubi, the first ever African female referee to officiate at the Olympics. She was in Tokyo in 2021. She brings that experience here. She has numerous records on the African continent as the first female referee, and tonight she's in charge of this big fixture.
There she is there in the middle, ready for tip-off. We are ready for tip-off. Thanks very much, Asha. We'll come back to you a little bit later on. Let's get down to business. It is time for the tip-off as we see this big battle between Kwara Falcons, who are playing in white, coming up against AS Douanes in green. And the ball in the hands of that man, Oriaki. Into the paint they go, looking to try and find some attacking prowess with Anthony Wilson Jr. Stalled, and they go again with Munyong. Eze's attacking ability has been a standout for the Kwara Falcons as they move forward, and on that occasion there was a little bit of a block there. They'll get possession back. And our first foul, isn't it, Q?
Yeah, he had a breakout game against US Monastir, 22 points. Victor Eze, he started to showcase all of his ability and what he possibly learned in his time at the NBA Academy.
Eze out wide, good opportunity. And there's a get rid of your man. Mordi cuts into the paint. And you can see that it's Ocherobia who just gets in the way there.
The breakdown.
Sorry, the left foot.
Foul comes in. And early start, second team foul already.
Not even 30, 40 seconds into the game and 2 fouls already. And the ball coming out, and finally we're going to get a shot potentially, maybe not. Munyong for the layup and a tip in. It doesn't happen, and it's made safe by that man Ocherobia.
Early signs that rebounding is going to be crucial. Battle inside the paint, especially with the bigs. Wilson in our shot, but you have a look at that drop off. Monyong would have wanted to finish, wanted the second chance opportunity, did not go down.
And Joe getting the ball out wide. There's Crawford and Samba foul back into the hands of Ndor. Cherobia with the screen, and there's a nice layup. Oh, beautiful from Al-Khali Ndor.
Fantastic breakdown and drive into the paint for a score, and it gets the home crowd involved.
That's the attempted drop over the top there coming in from that man Munyong, and a bit of a battle and a scramble to regain possession. Ocherobia.
It looks like it's going to be a battle royal inside the paint. There's no love lost between the two guys. Clean competition, but coming away with the contact. Another look at that great drive on the inside, and Dort, skillful.
Yeah, but when you see a path that just opens up like that, you're going to go through it every single time, and I think that was quality from Al-Khaledi Ndour, the 25-year-old Senegalese playmaker, to the free throw line, of course, so we can see that it is Munyong.
Ocherobia with 2 fouls going to have to take a little breather. Yanya in.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I mean, it will be concerning. You don't want to see anybody, pick up early fouls. We're not even a couple of minutes in, and they've already got 3 fouls up on the boards, which is not a good scenario. Ball made safe at the back, and here they go with AS Douanes. Crawford. Dye picks it up. Running. Well, that's beautiful play. Look at that. The fans absolutely enjoying this in a big way. He's such a skillful player, just pivoting around off his right foot there, Baron Dye.
Had no reason to miss that. He did everything, shook the defense, was all alone, and I think it was the roar from the crowd that might have shook him just a little bit.
You better get used to it, because it's going to be threading the whole game right through until the final buzzer. Good pass into the paint. Dye tries to go up, unable to get through the thicket, blocked, regained possession.
And we saw them do this a little bit the other evening. 46 points in the paint was for AS Douanes, and they're showing signs that they're going to go inside to their bigs, and Dye getting another touch, close range in the paint.
Ndour, lots of movements. Crawford is shot just a little bit too, well, not on target, in fact. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Was a great contest by Munyong.
Morty down into the corner. Munyong just drops it into the middle, picks up. The attempt. It comes to nothing finally. For Wilson Jr. at the other end, you can see, well, battles galore, blocks galore, and again, Baron Dye really coming to the fore and showing us just how athletic he is.
It is athleticism for sure, but there is a lot of physicality inside. You just look at the way the contact was drawn, and Dye going right into the chest of Wilson, and Munyong was lurking in the background.
Yeah, Munyong lurking in the background to the free throw line. Baron Dye will go, and well, we've got it's only 1-2 the point scenario so far. Lots of time for that to change.
20 years young is Dye, and represented Senegal in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers not too long ago. And what he will continue to do is look to establish himself, and it's great that he gets the start.
And it rolls in perfectly off the fingertips, and the points go up on the scoreboard. AS Douanes with their fans, and a really fine house full of supporters making lots of noise. Drums, jumpies, trumpets, with a wonderful pass there, but Munyong having his effort blocked and knocked down, knocked away in a big way by that man, the big Victor Mohamed.
Well, both teams are forcing the paint action, and it's been fascinating because of the high foul count.
Well, just gone out over the line, so they'll get possession back. AS Douanes, Kwara Falcons.
3.6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Munyong for a three-point shot. It's a beauty coming in from downtown, straight down the middle, straight in. Big smiles. Green light for go.
Left wide open. Munyong knocks down the big three.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot as well. Look at that jump shot. Absolute perfect poetry in motion from Crawford on the edge of the D, just inside.
It's the space creation, the use of the body to just find the wide open shot.
Danger coming from the other side now from Munyong. Doesn't fall. The scrambled long ball up court, of course. Crawford will always go and try for something very quick. He loves the quick transition, something that he believes in. You want to get out there as quickly as possible. And I'm sure that everybody's been briefed that if they gain possession quickly, race up, get it to his teammates.
He is a shoot-first playmaker, but he can pass the ball well as well, Chris Crawford.
And the defensive game for the Kwara Falcons, seeing them with possession back. Just a point separating the two teams. Usher, the atmosphere in here, absolutely electric. You didn't forget to put the plug in the socket, I see.
I've been practicing over here. I'll be displaying my dancing skills later in the game, Rob.
Thank you so much, Usher. Here they go. And, well, that's a beautiful bucket. That is excellently done by Michael Oriaki.
Wonderful space creation, and again finds a comfortable open jump shot at the top of the key, Oriaki.
20 years of age, former Rivers Hoopers player. They played in the inaugural season of the BAL. Crawford again, this time back off the metal. Made save, taken up forward here by that man. Oh, it's another good score as well. And just working really hard. You can see what Morley's doing. Ever dangerous, ever hungry.
Under control and very easy on the offensive end for him right now.
We'll see a lot of defensive basketball. You can see Wilson just getting in the way, just making sure that that doesn't go anywhere. Dye is the danger man, of course, but good work defensively.
Another touch on the inside, some great defensive work for sure.
Dior gets the ball to Crawford. Crawford, it's the mid-range too. And when he gets a little bit of space there, Q, he absolutely nails it.
It's clinical so far. Off the dribble, space creation, knocks down the shot.
Oriaki is getting the ball out to Eze. Eze into the paint. Trying to get the ball back out to Eze. Eze not afraid to produce a long-range shot, and he does, using the boards beautifully there. That's a big score from Eze.
Under a lot of pressure from Crawford, Eze had to go glass, and it was deposited.
Here is Douanes. He's doing it again. That is excellent. Very classy play. And the put in there, beautifully done. Had to be done, of course. And Douanes comes to make sure that that was going nowhere else but in. And there it is. Stunning. And just make sure you're there for the offensive rebounds. Douanes was there. Perfect. 11-9. We're going to take a small break. We'll be back. It's 11-9 here. Kwara Falcons just in the lead against AS Douanes. And lots of fans here in the Dakar arena. We're here in West Africa and enjoying ourselves in this fantastic arena, which is, well, very much plugged in for today's encounter. AS Douanes, the local team in action. The ball comes down into the corner and just over the top it goes. It doesn't fall. And an opportunity that's gone missing there as they go again. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Look what Crawford does, and look what that man, incredible, Douanes has been on fire since he came on.
They continued to go to the big on the floor, and Douanes has seen a lot of touches. That was a great find by Crawford.
Look at they go again. Oh, look at the block. Sumptuously done. Had to do something to make sure that that doesn't go down. Anthony Wilson Jr. with a great block.
Quick 4-0 run. That's goaltending.
It's goaltending. So the points go up on the board. And look at this. Crawford, alley-oop, in it goes.
Great find, great vision, great finish.
Douanes, fantastic. 11-13. Can't take your eyes off the game for a single second as they go again. Well, Falcons down in the corner. Oriaki loses possession, but he'll get it back. There he is, Douanes. And he's creating a bit of a vibe and a buzz here in the Dakar arena.
Giving these home fans plenty to cheer about so far inside the paint, Douanes.
We'll get the chance to go to Usher at one point. There's so much going on so quickly here. There's Oriaki, and it's a good block from Douanes. They've stolen the ball, pinched it back. Crawford on the outside, going inside, waits patiently. He's got a door outside of him, goes down into the corner. The opportunity for Ndai, cuts in, but it's been stolen back. Now let's catch up with Usher. Usher, what have you got from us from that timeout?
Well, the instructions are very clear from Coach Papi Gay. He says they need to penetrate that D, and that's exactly what we see Samba Foul doing. And obviously Diane on the other possession, and Barandiai as well.
So much going on. We could name so many players, couldn't we? I mean, they're all at it tonight. Big game, big moments, big players in action. Michael Kolawole with a wonderful three-pointer, and another long-range shot coming in from Crawford. This time doesn't sink. Oriaki with an attempt at three. Crawford tries to bounce it down into the corner. It's been picked up. That's beautifully done. Oh, but the pass to Ndai doesn't happen. A little bit frustrating there. Otherwise, it would have turned into something positive, and AS Douanes could have gone ahead.
Well, that was a big make by Kolawole, just to quell the scoring run from AS Douanes and help quiet the crowd. I think the crowd is that X factor in this one. The more AS Douanes score, the bigger and the louder they become in this game.
There's no doubt about that. Decibel levels are big, big, big. Look at that for a fine score. Jawad Adekoyo, we know how big he is with his long-range shooting. That was top-notch, top draw, top quality.
He's a top gun, Adekoyo. Long-range sniper.
That's four tops, that is. There you go, that's my musical connection. Here we go, the attempt to try and drop it in. Comes back out. AS Douanes trying to work their magic, using the glass doesn't happen on that occasion. You can see it's a little bit frustrating for Matthew Brian Manning. Adekoyo. Kolawole down into the corner, one of the three combined Paris recruits. It just goes over the top. And they get the ball back, and they go again. Here is Boissy, Jean-Jacques Boissy. He is pure electricity, and so is Crawford. Unbelievable shooting from the American.
He was in position, he was waiting for the basketball. Boissy with another great find, and Crawford is on fire.
Stunning vision from that man, Boissy. 1:12 left on the clock in the first quarter. Kolawole, the Nigerian's looking for a little bit of space, a little bit of time. Niamex on the court as well. And there's a long-range shot, and it's not going to drop this time for Adekoyo. Just off the glass, and a chance at the other end. Here he is. Brian Manning goes up for the layup, and the fans absolutely love it.
Manning has been great since that 14-point breakout performance in the win for AS Douanes. He's playing with a lot more confidence, and that is paying dividends. I think it's just been the way that the game has changed. You see Crawford from the outside, but they play outside in now. Their bigs are getting touches every time down. Diane, Ocherobia, and even wherever they can, they get touched, and that's the opposite side. Adekoyo, the long-range sniper, lays it in.
You said it inside, outside. I talk upside down, inside out, over the top, whatever. I mean, you know, they've got options galore, and I think that that's the fascinating thing about it. And look at Chris Crawford there, very motivated. And you know, he's got a voice amongst all of these players now with AS Douanes. He's contributing. He feels as though he's really an important factor within the AS Douanes team. Let's take a look at this head-to-head.
Well, 3-7, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He's also made those 2 assists, and you have to trust Crawford as the primary playmaker. Adekoya, a different kind of player. He comes in hitting 8 threes before this. You understand that he's going to play a role in terms of shooting on the exterior, and he likes to shoot, so they'll try and find Adekoya as many touches as possible from the three-point line.
I should Coco.
Say what?
I should Coco. I'm just saying, that's how I agree. Kwara Falcons, they're coming into this one. They know that they have to win. They've lost 3. This is, you know, they're in the last chance saloon. Let's face facts in the eye. They need to get the win today. And they are coming up against AS Douanes, who want to fight for everything they possibly can. And they brought their whole family and friends as well.
It's do or die for both teams in this one.
Loving the situation. Now it's time to reach out and hear from our fantastico, magnifique,
Robbie, I see you with the Mangi Fidek. Yang Sijam.
Yeah, Yang Sijam.
I'm doing well with the Wolof, guys. I'm doing well. Well, obviously, just listening in to Coach Jibril, just frustrated that they're not attacking the paint, and yet AS Douanes have 14 fouls. Let's see what they can use this under 1 minute in terms of defense before they can turn it around for offense.
Crawford, it's another scorching hot shot from mid-range.
We highlighted Crawford before the start of this one, and he's not disappointed with 9 first-quarter points.
Here he is, that danger man, Adekoyo, into Kolawole. Kolawole tries to go mid-range himself, can't match what Crawford just did. Crawford on fire at the moment. He's got those hot, burning, sizzling hot fingers. The touch is there, and he drops it into the paint. Picked up, trying to find a little way through. Manning goes out wide, and the long-range shot from downtown doesn't sink, and it's made safe at the back and taken forward. But that's the end of the quarter. And how about that? I think we can most definitely say that the electricity plug is plugged in big time. 17-20, we're going to take a break. And we're back here at the Dakar Arena. Kwara Falcons trailing 3 to AS Douanes. The youngsters here are having a wonderful time. This man here having a wonderful time. His name, Chris Crawford, one of the key players so far for AS Douanes, but also, you know, we've got to say that the likes of Ndai and the likes of Endor, they've all poured in a very important part of this first quarter that we've seen, and 20 points. And the fans are absolutely relishing what's going on here. Let's see what spills into the second quarter.
You said it just before the break. We don't need a generator. All the electricity is coming from the crowd.
Homemade.
It's homemade.
Talking about homemade electricity, Asha, how are you?
Well, I'm enjoying the action here. It's end-to-end stuff. This is the kind of game you need to introduce yourself to a weekend like this one.
Absolutely. Thank you, Asha. Crawford around the outside. Picked up, little touch by Manning. And the shot clock's down and out. And the effort there coming through. Long-range shot from that man, Jean-Jacques Boissy. Doesn't see it fall.
Almost a giveaway from Monyong as he picked up that rebound. It's Adekoya, Kolawole, Eze, Conte, and Monyong. And for the Kwara Falcons, Conte coming in out of the halftime break, out of the quarter break.
Monyong gets the ball out wide. Conte, long-range shot comes off the orange rim, stays out. Coach Jibril watches on. Quality coach, of course, a Nigerian coach who's played for Kwara Falcons, played for the Comets as well, coached in Nigeria with the national team.
He is certainly a quality coach, and he brings them winning mentality and habits.
AS Douanes in possession. Jean-Jacques Boissy's got a bit of a zip about it. The ball goes out. Oh! That was just extraordinary. That was near vertical.
Big-time players make big-time shots. That's Boissy with his first connection from long range.
And a steal, and they got the ball back, and it's down into the corner. Boissy has it. Crawford just on the outside screaming for the pass, doesn't take it. Chance, once again, Diop's on. Boissy picks it up. Crawford's the go-to man, but Boissy, no, surely not. Oh! Back-to-back threes! Jean-Jacques Boissy!
He's found a touch from long range. He's really struggled throughout conference playing from the three-point line, but it's turning it all around here.
Big shot from Kolawole, but it doesn't go down. Crawford, AS Douanes. And they're boasting an 11-point lead. Diop tries to get rid of his defender, Boissy, from the other side. Oh, on the cusp of an entire eruption here at the Dakar Arena. But the lid on the arena stays put.
That was almost a heat check on the other side, just bringing some silence as Adekoya.
Jawad Adekoya, magnificent three-pointer there. He responds beautifully. Kwasi. Amening into the paint. And there's the odds. That is sumptuous. That is beautiful. We love it when it falls. Douanes has been, he's playing, he's on rocket fuel at the moment.
He's so instrumental inside the paint, and it was the pass from Amening just drawing the defense. Douanes had a chance to look at it, and he made that short-range jump shot.
Charge through traffic for Victor Eze. He draws the foul. And the foul goes against Crawford. That's his first foul. And there is 6 points from 4 field goals. Jean-Jacques Kwasi. Oh, look at that. High, dry, down, and yeah, we love that. First one doesn't fall for Victor Eze.
Well, Victor Eze, NBA Academy Africa in 21, and a graduate who's trying to build his career, and you see him showcase his skills, and with that 22 points against US Monastir, he's going to continue to try and build here.
Amening. Ghanaian. New recruit for AS Douanes, Crawford. Straight through the middle, Diop. Diop goes for a sumptuous play. Such quality play from Diop.
He took his time with the ball in hand, and it's a read and react situation where he put the ball on the floor and got to the rim with ease.
Eze for three. His three doesn't go up on the scoreboard. Amening makes it safe. Good defensive rebound. Crawford, look at this, look at this, look at this! Look at it! It's ridiculous! Such good play! And this time you can see that it's that man, Kanan Malawas of the BAL Elevate.
Fantastic work on that pass, and you see the connection. Kwasi lobs up. It's Malawas who throws down. It was electricity in the arena as the whole crowd gets into it. An exciting play on the floor.
Everybody loves that. Everybody loves it when the youngsters get involved. Well, he is on fire. Remarkable bucket. And look at this, the reaction. It's 21-32. We're going to take a small break. Woo! Big buzz here at the Dakar Arena. Abby Gay, the coach of AS Douanes, must be very happy. Coach Debril must be pensive looking at that scoreline. 11 points separate these two teams. The big battle of West Africa continues here, and they pick up possession and they go looking for more points. Look at that. It's all happening tonight. Diop gets the pair of points and they move up to 34.
Again, aggressive attacking the paint. Diop, 18 points in the paint to the 2 of the Falcons, and that's been the difference between the two teams.
Good opportunity here for Thiam to try and drop it in, but Muru foul Thiam. Oh my, where did that come from? Remarkable stuff. Michael Oriaki this time with a big three-pointer, just to keep the Falcons in the vicinity.
They are lethal from the perimeter, and they've got a variety of guys that can score from the three-point line.
I know someone else who's lethal from the perimeter. Her name is Usher. Usher, what kind of lethal information did you pick up? Have you been spying?
I've been spying,
Okay,
I can assure you, of course. Just listening to Coach Jibril asking his players to play better defense, and that's a man they need to play defense on, Malwatch.
He's got that again, isn't he?
They count the bucket nonetheless. I think the call was going to come for it. Should the score is going to go on the layup, but Malawas just giving the crowd something to get excited about.
Yeah, I think he's triggered a little bit of excitement, just a little teeny shwea.
Teeny shwea excitement.
14 points, 2 assists, you can see there. Yeah, it's working quite well, isn't it? There's a long-range shot. Mordy! Oh, Mordy with a beautiful three-pointer. And the Nigerian Kwara Falcons coming back into this. They're not stopping, they're not stepping down. They're saying, we've got to get into this, we've got to play. It's the only way that we'll qualify for Kigali. Good work in the paint from a Manning.
Two contrasting styles. It's the 6 3-pointer from the Falcons, but Douanes keep going inside every single time down.
And a bit of a tussle down there, and I think it's AS Douanes who will get possession back. You can see how much it means to these guys. Malawash, an incredible athlete, 16 years of age, remember. Get your head around that.
And talking about Malawash, he learned his basketball in Kampala, in Uganda, where he grew up. Yes, he was born in South Sudan, grew up in Kampala, played basketball in Buziga at the Kampala International University. So he has so many fans down in Uganda, in South Sudan, in Senegal. He's really having the time of his life, Malawash.
Thank you, Asha. He looks like he's having fun. Just a little bit, just a shwea.
Shwea, he's just getting started, Robbie.
Just getting started. It's pretty impressive, isn't it, Q?
His career is just only starting, and he's the tallest player in the conference. Is Kaman Malawash. He's 16 years young, and he's got a 7'6" wingspan. And we have a look at what's been happening on the floor. Adekoya, Mordi, Oriaki, 6, 5, and 5, and that has been a showcase in terms of the spread of the scoring. 2 of 3 from the field, 3 rebounds. On the other side, Chris Crawford with his 9 points, 2 rebounds. Diop has come in and given them some bench scoring with 6 points and 3 or 4, and Boissy has been great.
There is Crawford, a wipe down, and he's back on the floor. The Falcons 27, AS Douanes 38. And reactions from the bench, Ashadu, because you're a multitasker, and we know that you've got so many skills. Your skill set is like as long as the continents. There you go. That's a lot of skills. Did you pick up anything from the bench?
Yes, Coach Papi just emphasizing to the AS Douanes players on the floor to just maintain this momentum, but not to get carried away.
And just losing possession there, Mordi with a beautiful steal and scoring from that turnover with a beautiful layup, 2 points. And you know, they're staying close. It's only a 9-point game. Thank you, Ashley.
That was a big make by Mordi. He was pressured defensively and really tough take.
Oh! This is just remarkable. Massive, massive score there. Boissy puts himself into the 3-point big boys club.
Only the 8th attempt from AS Douanes, and they've connected on 4 of them from the 3-point line. Travel call.
Yeah. And he needs to stop before he can continue. Wilson Jr. just being, just calming down a little bit. No problems, we're all good. You know, there's a lot of energy on this floor tonight, believe you me. Some teenagers, some more experienced, but there's a lot of energy.
And there's high competition. It's high-stakes basketball. The 3 from Boissy, nothing but net.
Stunning long-range shot from Jean-Jacques Boissy. Diop, Crawford, Boissy, again he goes up for a big shot. Goes very high with his shots. This time it doesn't fall. Nicely done there by Oriaki. Oriaki's been very constant since tip-off.
Absolutely, 7 points. And you wonder why he got the start. He's definitely justifying the reasons and the confidence from his coach.
Here's Douanes with Crawford, tries to put it into the paint. An alley-oop looked like it was an option there, but finally it didn't. It didn't happen for Ndai. And Mordi drops it, gets it out wide. There's the attempt, and it's good work, isn't it? Sam coming in there from Modem Faltiam.
Yeah, it just drops in. Fortunate bounce. Call it the shooter's roll.
Diop, Boissy. Crawford, he's ready to go every single time. On that occasion, just hitting the metal. Powasi goes up, 2 attempts, no points scored. Offensive rebounds, 5 and 4. That might be a foul by Malawash on that occasion. It was Tiam who went on a charge right through the middle.
AS Douanes just going away a little bit from what's worked for them throughout this one. They're settling for the long-range shots. There's the drive in and the contact, but they've starting to look and search for pockets in the perimeter, but they've not been able to knock down. I think they've got to continue to go back inside, and the way it's been hurting the Kwara Falcons.
It's a 7-point game. We got less than 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. High octane, high energy encounter here. Nigerian representatives, the Kwara Falcons, it's their first ever participation in the BAL. Get out of my house, you're not coming in.
Access will not be granted here as the ball comes down and that left-hand swipe cleans out the paint.
Anthony Wilson Jr. making sure that that was going absolutely nowhere. High five, enjoy that little moment. And those little victories within the bigger picture sometimes stir up and gain a lot of confidence within teammates. There's a Manning, Diop, sorry, and the ball coming out to, well, it won't count. But the attempt was good from Barandai.
Shot clock going off just before he could get the shot off. The referee right there to make the call.
.120 left on the clock in the first half. Dropped into the middle. An opportunity comes out into the corner. And Akpejori gets his first moments on the court, the big man at the other end. They go in search of those fast points. It's not happening on that occasion. Diop unable to get his hands on that, but they still get possession. It was knocked out by Falcons player.
Fascinating watching the Falcons fight back. They are doing a better job of frustrating AS Douanes on the offensive end, making them go away from what was working. And they are forcing turnovers and converting them into points.
Door is Crawford. Oh, it's a full back attempt to try and get the points. And Manning picks, Rubia picks the ball up. He gets a foul on him.
Well, the glasses went flying on that one, and it's physical inside the paint, and Ocharobia just trying to see if he can fix it a little bit. And it looks like the frame might be gone, or it looks like he sorted it out.
No, but these are sports glasses, of course, so you can see that they didn't get knocked off, but they just click into position and they're wraparounds, and they actually bend quite a lot. They have to bend quite a lot. He's all good.
All good.
Battle prepared. He's got his armory. 35-41, 45 seconds remaining. Unable to get his shot in. And Endure has the ball taken out of his grasp. Ram Pitiori. It's the ball out to Mordi. Oriaki on the outside if he needs him. Oh, it's a wild pass, a little bit too hard. Out of the hands of Eze. And they get possession back.
But that's, in the context of this one, that's a poor turnover. They really needed to take care of the basketball, especially with this 29.6 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Papi Gay will be happy with that because he knows that he gets possession back, and you know they can turn this into a better situation and extend that lead, because 6 points has come down from 11. Ball comes out. Diop, and a player down, as you can see. And we'll have to get the lay of the land to see if Anthony Wilson Jr. is okay and what happened to him exactly.
it's a increased physicality inside the paint, and the referees, Kevin Fahy and Sarah Al-Ghanoubi, just having a chat to see if they can figure out exactly what happened. You see Wilson going down the shoulder of Ocharobia, just slipping on the floor, and there's no ill intent there, just natural contact trying to create the separation, but he's holding his waist on, and it's difficult to tell from that replay if anything occurred, Robbie.
Yeah, he's just holding his left rib cage just below his chest. So I'm just thinking, has he been winded maybe, or is it a hit in the ribs?
Because he's gone down and he's showing signs of a lot of discomfort, so not rising up at all.
Yeah.
Very difficult to tell.
And the medics will just go and assess the situation. Let's have a look at this again.
Can't really tell too much from that.
No, but I think that, you know, it's he's holding his you know, the left side on his ribs. So just at the just above his stomach on the left-hand side. So if there was like a hit there, or maybe it's a muscle or a muscular issue, maybe, which can be very, very painful. They got the spray out, so it's kind of, you know, it's not an internal thing. It's probably just, you know, something that needs a little bit of a massage just to get rid of it. They're checking on the replay as well, of course, to make sure that, you know, to assess the severity.
And also just to check if there might be a little bit of an elbow that they can pick up on the contact. While he's slow to rise is Wilson Jr. And I think definitely winded just a little bit on that contact.
25 years of age, another player who was at the BAL Combine in Paris, of course.
He's given the Kwara Falcons some value. A late pickup, 17.2 minutes, gives them 8.7 points and 3.3 rebounds. They assessing the contact. The referees, Kevin Fahy and Sarah Al-Ghanoubi.
Yeah, interested to find out what their final verdict is on this situation. But he's not in a good way, is he? We wish him the best. We hope that he's going to come back out, Anthony Wilson Jr., but get the reaction.
Well, gentlemen, I can confirm that there's no foul. It's going to be, the ball is going to the sideline.
Thank you, Usher. So we just heard from the crew chief. It's a common foul. So the foul actually stands, but it's just a common foul. Well, Wilson Jr. We'll keep an eye on him. And Usher, if you get any news about Anthony Wilson Jr., then get back to us, please. Crawford. Ball comes out, and off the boards it comes, and that's the end of the half. And we're just going to establish on the clock, I think, Q.
I think there was a 0.8 second differential between shot and game clock, and so there should be 0.8 seconds for Kwara Falcons to get possession.
Not much you can do with that, Q.
Half a second to get a shot off.
Oh, half a second should be enough. Let's see what happens. First of all, they got to...
They try and get the clock exactly to where it should be. And we just wait for the table to align with what the referee's wishes are. 0.8 seconds it is, Robbie.
Right. As a shot needs to go in, there it is, and it's over the top, and it doesn't fall for Monyong. So the halftime scores here, Dakar. It's 35 points for Kwara Falcons, 41 for AS Douanes, the Senegalese home-based team in the lead. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back very shortly. Falcons 35, AS Douanes 41. The major players coming back out onto the floor. We are about to see a second half full of pyrotechnics, full of entertainment. Fast and furious, because it's going to go to the wire, this one, Q.
Well, you said it, and I'm going to say it one more time. Electricity is going to be very important, and we've had electric play on the floor from both these teams. It's a do-or-die affair. Kwara Falcons chasing AS Douanes here, and after the win yesterday, AS Douanes want to build on what they've managed to do in terms of winning. Kwara Falcons searching for their first win. They've got 20 minutes to try and piece it all together against this very, very steely AS Douanes outfit.
Well, there's the commissioner today, Heba El Hadidi. Bobsy is her nickname. She likes to chill and scout as a pre-game routine. Both teams saying a good game, 150 matches she's refereed, and she enjoys the culture of the NBA and FIBA as well.
That blending of the culture here at the Basketball Africa League is what we are seeing, and it's been amazing to watch it merge as we are in season 3, Mr. Robbie Nark.
We absolutely agree on this, don't we, Q? As we see Eze getting ready to get this second half off the ground, and I think it is getting off the ground. We've had so much energy on the floor in the first half that hopefully that will spill beautifully into the second as we head into uncharted territory. Who's going to get this? Is it going to be about the Falcons, or is it going to be against AS Douanes? Monyong just getting himself into the paint. That's beautifully finished off. Excellent work there. And the big man getting himself involved, Austin Akpejiori.
Beautiful positioning, and he was very physical on that finish. Old school bucket from Akpejiori.
Val trying to find his pass into the hands of Cherobia, and look at this at the other end. Beautiful stuff. An excellent score there from Michael Oriaki.
Ideal start for the Kwara Falcons. 2 quick scores to start out the second half.
Oriaki, Eze, Mordi, Monyong, and Akpejiori on the floor. And Dai. Cherubia with a nice spin. The big man doing the business in the paint.
His first field goal, but what you do like for us, AS Douanes, is that they're going back inside, back to their bigs. It's worked for them in the first half.
It's the Nigerian up against the Nigerians, isn't it? It's, there's so many little intriguing battles. And it picked up once again. Monyong, Eze. Monyong comes out wide, but they're gonna, it's the traveling call that goes against Ruot Monyong, and he will have to give the ball back to their opponents. AS Douanes in possession.
Yeah, just rushed his possession a little bit, dragged the right pivot foot, and so right there, committing the travel.
I think it's the perfect time to hear from Usher. Usher, I'm looking around, but there are thousands of people here, but I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Right, got you.
You finally
I can
saw
see
me.
you.
Well, I just got an update from the team doctor of Kwara Falcons, Ayodili, saying that there could be maybe some changes, but so far at the moment, Wilson Jr. is recovering on the bench. He just had a knock on the rib region of his chest, but he's okay. He's available to play if Coach Jibril decides to bring him on later in the game.
Thank you for that precious update, Usher. Yeah, I thought it was a rib. I thought it was just a, a bit of a hit, maybe like winded kind of thing. You can see that he's there and he's got the towel over his head. I'm sure that he'll be coming back on at one point, but I'm not a coach. You're the coach, Usher. You know all about that, so you'll decide on what's best for him.
As you can see, I'm standing next to Coach Jibril, still on that osmosis page, just getting that coaching information.
You couldn't be closer, could you? I like your style.
Thank you, Robbie.
John Manuel Planch in the house to take in the BAL action as always. And we just have another break in the play here. The referees convening once again. And I think it is confirming a blocking foul, and it's going to be 2 shots.
Yeah, looks like the case, isn't it? It's Didier Gaga of Rwanda who confirms, and the first is good for foul, and they extend their lead to 5 points. This is where they want to be, and they'll be up for the rebound here. Foul shot goes in, and it comes back off the metal. Safe and sound, and taken up by Victor Eze. Eze to Oriaki. Into the hands of Akpejiori. There he is trying to make some space around him. Adekoyo just down into the corner. The shot clock down to 3 seconds now. Comes back off the boards, off the metal. Player down on that far side. Barandai, just a little slip. No foul action. Here is the door. Oh, it's a put in, beautifully done. That is exceptional. It was pretty flat, wasn't it? It wasn't a high ball that passed that went up. No alley-oop, but didn't he do well on Cherubia?
Excellent team possession on the offensive end. That was for AS Douanes. They broke down the defense perfectly.
Big shot coming in, but it doesn't fall again. 39-46. And all of a sudden, you get the impression that, the accelerator is moving in the right direction. Crawford with a big bucket there from way downtown.
He ran back the second he released, and lots of confidence behind that shot. And why not? It fell right in.
Talking about momentum now, aren't we? And just how things accelerate all so quickly. Oriaki gets the ball down into the paint. So he picks up a little bit of movement from Akpejiori. Oh, it's a fallback attempt to try and drop in a mid-range too. The foul's been committed by Ocherobia.
Manages to get Ocherobia in the air with the great ball fake. And once he was there, couldn't do much, came down and committed the foul. All smiles on the face of that man, Chris Crawford. You see him running straight back after the release. That's confidence, and he knows he's locked in.
Morty trying to find Monyong, and the Falcons continue to try and immediately respond, which is a natural means of retaliation. They will get possession back over on that far side.
2 quick fouls here for Ocherobia, and now he's got 4 personal fouls, so he's going to have to go back to the bench.
It's a bit of a complicated matter for Ocherobia, who obviously is of Nigerian origin, born in London, and is coming up against his fellow countrymen.
Tricky, right?
Tricky.
Well, if the Kwara Falcons make it back for season 4, we know that where he'll be playing. Off the metal, made safe. Taken back up, Crawford, beautiful pass, and Dor gets the ball out, and there's Crawford for another 3-point shot, but it doesn't fall, but they get it back. Shot clock back to 14 seconds into the paint. Oh, he just couldn't get it, and it should have been so easy. Barandai, no challenge, nothing.
He should have scored. It was another great execution. The score comes in on the other side, and Victor Mohammed gets his first 2, but that was another great example of smart team offense, just no finish, Robbie.
Everything set up for the points to go up onto the scoreboard. and it looked like it was all set up. But sometimes you want to make it a little bit more complicated for yourself. We see Endor just dancing around the big trees in the middle. Oh, it's a wild pass out to the left side there, and should have been a little bit better, a little bit frustrating. That was, and it will be Falcons who pick up the pieces.
I think that will frustrate Coach Papigay to know in 2 possessions we should have got something, and now they're back the other way having to play defense.
And into the hands of Mordy, and it just goes out of play. And that's just a wasted play, isn't it? You get the impression that, you know, nothing was really, the communication was lacking in that on that play.
Just a period of a couple of scrappy possessions for both these teams. Falcons would have wanted to maximize, see if they can get inroads into the lead, but they end up throwing away the ball, and that will also frustrate the other coaching bench with Coach Jibril.
I just realized just how big the last 24 hours has been for, well, there's Crawford going up for a big 3-pointer, but it's just short there. Victor Mohammed makes it safe. Just how big the results have been in the last 24 hours. We saw ABC Fighters beat US Monastir, defending champions, 90-74 yesterday. And then earlier today, Stade Malien 84, Rwanda Energy Group 64. The 2 giants of this Sahara Conference, if you like, both being beaten.
It was absolutely insane, and I don't think the bookies could have even managed to come up with the odds on what that would have been. But it was very interesting. Great for the game and great for the conference.
Time for a break. 41-49. AS Douanes lead Kwara Falcons. Yes, here we are, 4:15 left in the third quarter. 12 points for Crawford, 2 from 5 3-pointers, and a trio of assists. His all-round game coming to the fore. He knows that there's a lot of pressure on him, but he's having fun. He's having a lot of it. He's enjoying himself out there tonight.
Well, his job is to play make, whether it's through scoring, whether it's to making assists, and just getting his teammates into the right position. 5 of 11 on 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Eop, 6 points off the bench. And on the other side, they keep working through the Kwara Falcons. Oriaki with his 9 points.
Kolawole gets penalized there, just running straight into Chris Crawford, and hurts himself on the right shoulder, just with the contact. The traveling call goes against him, and Anthony Wilson Jr., I think, is getting ready to come on. Am I right in saying that, Asha?
Yes, absolutely. Looking at Coach Jibril and his gestures, looks like he called upon Adekoya. But in the meantime, the medical team from Kwara Falcons have been called onto the court to help, and just, you know, to make sure that Kolawole is not injured.
Oh yeah, okay. So that, I think it's a stinger, isn't it? They call it when it's a pinched nerve. He goes in, and it's the right shoulder.
Yeah, it's just grasping the right shoulder, and they are icing it at this moment. You know, you don't know if it's dislocated or if it's just a little nerve pinch, and it doesn't look too serious. Hopefully he'll be back soon, but the medical staff is right there to help him and assess the situation.
Well, let's hope that he's going to be okay. Michael Kolawole.
Well, that would be very difficult for the Kwara Falcons without Kolawole, and already Wilson Jr. got that hit in his chest.
Yeah, it's not the ideal scenario. Former West Solo Bandits player, the 25-year-old.
Of course, came across and was one of the pickups of Wilson, Kolawole, and Mordi all coming into the team just before the start of this one, and you know, you want to have him on the floor to give you that extra production.
The Falcons swooped in on the trio at the Paris Combine and brought them in. And now they're ready to try and take the Falcons and lift them up. All of these young basketball players that are here, of course, a lot of them come through the Seed Academy, which is been absolutely incredible. Very much a hotbed of creating and enabling the youngsters to blossom, not just in sport, basketball, but also, you know, in education and just growing.
And growing within the basketball ecosystem, there's more to the game than just playing it.
Crawford, big shot, Crawford! Oh, wow! That is a massive score from Crawford. He's smiling big time because look what happens. He draws the foul as well. There is contact. The contact comes from Victor Eze.
And exactly that, a chance for a 4-point play for Chris Crawford. And he's finding some joy from just beyond the arc, and a chance here to extend this significant AS Douanes lead.
Single shot goes in, and that is a 4-point play. Fantastic stuff from Crawford. He's up to 16 points now, the only player in double figures. Morty down into the corner. An opportunity here to try and get themselves some points. They've done it before. They know how to get points back as well. That is extraordinary. And Victor Eze, so he's a standout player when he wants to be. Tonight is a night that we'd like to see a little bit more from him, but that's already 3 3-pointers, I think.
Already getting his own back, just got one shot in his face, decided to come back and pay revenge in his own way.
And Dorta foul for his own 3-point shot. Doesn't sink, but it's excellent, well, good work, but it doesn't fall. You can see what Manning's trying to do. And it's the Falcons who pick up possession and go again. Eze out wide. And there is a foul. That foul on Morty down in the corner there, and it's Manning who is penalised on that occasion. And that is that second foul, I think.
Second team foul, and let's look at the drive from Monyong and the bounce off and the foul on Dianya.
Yeah, Dianya is picks up the second foul, 44-53.
Third team foul. It is AS Douanes.
I just want to talk about Senegal. It's just an incredible country, isn't it? 70 million people. They speak 30 languages here, with Wolof speaking 80%. You're one of those because you speak fluent Wolof, we know that. And Mandinka as well. And the Fuller and the Serer people are the majorities here. But it's just such a beautiful country, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Great country with good culture, great food. Big fan of one of their delicacies, chep jen and chep yap. That is obviously jollof rice and a bit of fish and beef in there and vegetables. We've been enjoying that, Robbie, here at the BAL.
Definitely, and a little bit of a wash down with a bit of hibiscus juice, which is, you know, some of the bee sap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling that's a secret to their sporting success. I'm still doing some research.
Yeah, it's all very healthy. Very important. Munyong tries to get the pass out. The pass does come out. It's a long-range shot. The attempted put in there coming doesn't actually happen for Dianya. And shot clock down to 0. Here we go, 44-53. A couple of changes being made. There's Morty. Defender. Boissie's the player who's on the court now. Just comes off his feet, does extremely well, but the pass out to Manning stalled momentarily by Mohammed.
Well, Boissie looks like he's in a little bit of pain as he went to ground. I'm not sure if he just a wet spot on the floor and slipped the seat. Yeah, just loses his footing and holding onto that right hamstring, but he seems to be okay, and it's all systems go.
Yeah, we just don't want to see any more injuries. Well, that was just given away by foul, not the most complicated of situations for the Falcons to swoop in and steal. Long-range shot coming in. Oh, it's in and out. So unlucky there from Adekoya. We know that he's lethal. Look at that, beautiful pass. That is sensational. And Crawford to the big man, Amaning. And that is how to do it. No one was even looking that way.
Bullseye on the pass from Crawford right into the scoring pocket, and it was made easy on the pass for the finish.
Boissy, Amaning. Amaning, oh, he just bites his time. There you go. And the arms, yes. You're strong, you've got the guns, man.
Well, they have started to continue to look for Amaning on the inside. They started this style of play yesterday evening, Robbie, and it's paid dividends for them.
Very, very solid, strong play. Through the middle, out wide, a chance. Oh, that's a very fine score. Modou Fall scoring points against the Senegalese team.
Well, up to 6 points now for the BAL Elevate player. And Thiam has been a great addition to the Kwara Falcons.
Boissy sees it all opening up. That is sensational. You know, his vision is top quality. It really is. And look, they've pushed themselves ahead at 13 points now. Morty tries to take it up. That's beautifully done, but it doesn't fall. And you thought at one point that Monyong was going to break that, but the basketball ring off the board there.
It was a great block by Dianya, and it was perfect timing. Saw the intention from that man Monyong, and he was able to get a hand on in time.
Chris Crawford taking a breather, 30.6 left in the third. Look at that blind, there you go. The look away pass. And then that to Amaning. Just get rid of the two defenders and then calmly rise up, and then he shows off the guns.
Powered it up and in, and really great vision from AS Douanes. They are sharing the ball remarkably well as a team.
Eight points for Amaning.
17 assists for AS Douanes.
That's a lot. And 24 left on the clock. Tap on the head by Morty. And they just got to keep calm and collectively work their magic, the Falcons. Not get rushed and not give away the ball too easily.
The ball came off the foot of AS Douanes defender, so it's going to be Kwara Falcons basketball, and there's still a 6-second differential, 6.5 seconds, 6.8 seconds between shot and game clock, Robbie.
Yeah, Kevin Niamek replaced by Austin Akpijori. Anthony Wilson Jr. out of his seat very briefly. Ball in the hands of Morty. Morty down into the corner. There's a long-range shot coming in. The shot doesn't fall. It's been flicked, and they get possession back. It looks like for the Falcons.
It's great work in there by Akpijori, very physical, and the push comes in from Dianya on trying to keep Akpijori out of the paint, proving to be quite a difficult task. He's only played 5.7 minutes a game, Austin Akpijori, and given them 1.3 points, and has been to the free throw line 2 times, the second time in the conference play that he's gone to the charity stripe.
They get possession back. This is a good play potentially for the Falcons if they can get some points on the score. Morty drops it in, and the attempt, they get the ball back, but they've got to get the shot in. It will count if it falls, but the shot clock is down to 0. It's the end of the quarter, and they walk away without scoring those points. It's 47 points for the Falcons, 59 for AS Douanes ahead of the fourth quarter. 47-59. Just to put you in the picture, of course, the game summary, 8-22 for the three-pointers, 6 of 17. The field goal percentage, 51-35 for AS Douanes. And the assists, look at that, 17 against 8. And there's a bit of a difference with AS Douanes in charge at the moment, Q.
Well, Kwara Falcons come into this game last in terms of assists per game, only averaging 14 a game. Not much better were AS Douanes before this one, and in fifth with 14.3, but they've done a good job of sharing the basketball today.
Crawford. And we're losing possession here.
Stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, just not tiptoeing on the right side of the paint. Usher, we need to come in here from you. It's been too long.
Well, just listening into Coach Papigay asking his players to use that pick and roll on top of the key. Let's see if they can deliver on the other side of the court after this possession.
Yeah, why not? Any way to put points on the scoreboard, and of course mixing it up is going to be important. Is on the edge of the D. That shot doesn't fall there for Izzy. But they will get possession back, it looks like.
They certainly will. The scramble on the rebound is what secures them possession, and it's always been a battle royal on the inside.
Tiam Izzy, Mohamed Mordi, Pijori on the floor at the moment. And as you can see, final quarter. So much to play for. Coach Jibril will know that it's now that things have to move. Oh, that is absolutely top-notch there. He's a quality player, Moudou Faltiam. The reverse layup, kind of blinded, but doing the business in a big way.
Defense was caught napping.
To Mohamed with a beautiful steal and layup.
Well, when the defense was napping, Tiam knew exactly where to be, and that's another great defensive play by the Falcons. And they've got the momentum coming into this fourth quarter.
But that's a smart piece of coaching. If you actually look at it, you know, it's the players are listening. Got to go and get the ball. It's not going to come to you sometimes. And if you can get your hands in there and get in the way and steal, make those turnovers, put pressure on the playmaker, put pressure on the passers, and you know, make it difficult for them.
Absolutely, indeed.
Tiam. Boy, gets the ball out wide. We didn't expect that. And it doesn't fall, but the option was good. Victor Mohamed, we've seen him shoot a couple of mid-range shots. He is an option. And whistle's been blown here. Crawford again in trouble, it looks like. Sorry, it's not. It's Mohamed, it looks like, who's picked up the foul.
Foul comes on Mohamed. First one here in this fourth quarter. Both teams on one foul apiece.
Crawford is Boissy. Big time Boissy scoring bonanza.
14 points for Boissy, second behind Crawford.
Big scores for Boissy. Block time as well. It's all about the B's, isn't it? The BAL, the blocking, the bonanza, the Boissy, bombastic. And Usher.
I'm just enjoying myself right here next to the AS Douanes bench. There's good momentum, and you can see that play right there was literally celebrated by Malouache.
This is Mordi trying to find his range. And picked up once again, comes out to Eze. Cool, doesn't find his range either. And it's quickly up the other end, and a chance for them to mid-range. Fourth attempt at two from Mamadou Diop. And look, they're at it again. It's just, wow, look at that. Oh! Block it, stop it, get it out. These are statements in a big way. Remarkable stuff there from Diane. And how about that from Boissy? Oh, this is incredible. Hamadou Diagne, the swatter. Boissy, the scorer. It's a result already, Q.
That's how you turn defense into offense. That's how you get the crowd involved in this one. Wow, what fantastic work on the defensive end. swats it away. They keep possession alive, and you see a double block. Get the crowd involved.
That is just sensational, isn't it? 4 points, 5 rebounds, but it's those 2 blocks that stand out from the crowd. A crowd pleaser in a big way. And here we go, it's another point in the bag for Boissy. That's a 4-point play. 15-point lead.
18 points for Boissy.
With the 4, they've stolen the ball, but it's Morty who does really well. Am I seeing things? It's absolutely insanity. Another block coming in, this time from a Manning. Long range 3-pointer. You can't have it all your way, Mr. Crawford.
Well, I wouldn't have bet against that going in, the way the momentum has shifted.
Now there's Morty with a drive, and the foul has been committed. And Manning picks it up, and that will be his 3rd foul, I think.
Well, talking about momentum, Coach Jibril was very aware that the crowd here tonight could swing things in the favor of AS Douanes, and the players, the AS Douanes players, know that they must get victory tonight to stay alive in the Sahara Conference, and they're delivering the goods so far, but 7 minutes is still a long time in the game of basketball, gentlemen.
Still a
Thank you, Asher.
very long time, Asher, and Boissy is the highlight player right now.
I know what you were looking at. Look at this. First of all, he gets brought down big time by Pidgeori. It's a 4-point score. But tell me the percentage that you want to tell me. I know it's on the tip of your tongue here.
I just want to talk about his fantastic play all around. You know, we spoke about and showcased Crawford at the beginning of this game, and he's come to the fore with his 16 points. But Boissy, in his own way, has taken ownership of this offense and come to the fore with 18 big points of his own.
Yeah, 5 from 9 3-pointers.
5 from 9.
5 from 9, Asha. What do you make of that? You know, you're a coach with all of your fine knowledge and, you know, tactical plans and strategies. What do you make of that?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very busy here coming up with plays that could be used for the rest of the game. So I'll answer you at the end of the game, gentlemen. I'm busy.
We'll let you carry on with what you're doing. Thank you, Ashley.
Just how difficult it is to scout. He was shooting 16% coming into this for the competition.
Unbelievable. Boissy, it just goes to show, as soon as you find the right team, the right players, the right mix, all you want to do is perform and get better and improve. Jean-Jacques Boissy, been outstanding, he really has. But I think he's on the cusp of something great, you know, coming into the opening games. Came off the bench. He's a player who will, you know, come on and potentially, you know, just replace Alkali and Dor. But he's getting a lot of minutes now because this is what he can do.
He's gotten more comfortable, and I remember in the opening game, he was just rushing his shots a little bit, and we've seen him grow more confident and comfortable within the AS Douanes offense.
Well, the pass doesn't happen. And here is Manning racing up to try and find. That is lovely. You know, I don't call basketball lovely very often, but that was just beautiful. It was a nice little smooth move. Smoothy, groovy move.
Second time we've seen Manning get himself into double digits. He's now got 10 points.
And again, the loss of possession. Boissy is absolutely on fuego. Look at this from Manning.
It's the presence of mind to avoid one defender and then remember that the defense is coming in behind him.
Well, Africa's finest players showing off their skills here. And that is just top quality too. A beautiful score from Modou Falcian.
He's now taken the lead in terms of scoring for the Kwara Falcons. 12 points for TM.
Oh, the little tip-in. You know, again, we can see what everybody's trying to do here. Everybody's got something to say. Diane, not just a shot blocker, but also a tip-in shot scorer. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're all at it.
This has been a consummate team performance on both ends of the floor. We're seeing some really great defense. The drop-off pass comes. Crawford is the man who gets the touch on. You just see him coming in from behind. Monyong court with 2 defenders on him, and then they go on the other side and they continue to play some great offensive basketball.
I mean, who are the Falcons tonight? You know, you see them, they're swooping down big time with those big blocks. And there's the attempt. Look at this, it's getting outrageous. The fans are absolutely loving it, absolutely loving it.
A real block party is happening on the floor for this AS Douanes team.
It's going off in a big way, isn't it? Look at that, they're all keen to jump on the bandwagon. Just get out of my house, stay away, that's my zone. You're not coming in.
Enthralling defense.
And a 16-point lead. And they get possession back. That's the fruits of their fine results. Look at this. 5.5 minutes to go. Kwara Falcons trailing now and up against a team who are very much on a mission, Q. Everybody wants to play their part in this success story. They won one yesterday. They're looking to try and win a second. Look at the attempt this time doesn't get completed with Diop. Tiam. Long-range shot, that's a beautiful score. Sensational scoring from Sita Conte. We haven't seen too much of him on court tonight.
His first field goal, and that's a great way to try and silence the crowd. It comes from great defensive play and work by the Falcons.
He's the representative from Sierra Leone, of course, and the only one in the rosters here. Get rid of your man. And a player down, and it's another. You can see that he's in a bit of trouble, Mohamedou Diani. Monyong holding his hands up.
And the foul comes in, and it's Monyong going to be called for the clear out and the elbow. Conte goes straight to ground. And 57-70 the score, Robbie. And still contesting the foul, Monyong.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few moments. Well, the Lions of Teranga, of course, and the dancing fans of Senegal. We are having an absolute massive party tonight. In the stands, off the stands, on the court. You're lucky to be watching this. This is entertainment at the highest level.
Saturday Night Live, and Jean-Jacques Boissy has been the key entertainer. 18 points, 60% from the field on 4 assists, and 5 of 9 from the three-point line. And you see the improvement from the last game. We had 10 on 44% shooting.
A vast improvement. Someone who doesn't need to improve because she's always there at the highest possible level. Asha, what have you got from us? Did you pick up any information from the bench?
Yes, just listening to Coach Jibril asking his players to just move that ball so that they have more options. And as you can see, if they had actually done that, perhaps Karim wouldn't have been swatted with that possession.
It's just incredible, isn't it? You know, they're all such good. They're playing defensive basketball tonight, but they're also playing offensive. It's just brilliant. Thank you, Asha. Mohamedou Diani, how many blocks tonight? I don't know. It's incredible, but it's the defensive blocks that have been outrageously good. You know, what he's been doing there, just protecting in a big way. Sensational stuff, right, Q?
Absolutely sensational. It's been so great to watch Diania go to work inside the paint and scare defenders as they try to make their way inside it. See him pick up that third block of his.
Massive block, a block party. Turnovers 15-13. They haven't been giving away the ball away as much. Crawford's pass straight through the middle doesn't find his teammates. Tiania, and the ball goes out of play. You can see that it's 3:41 left on the clock. This is going to be a massive celebration if AS Douanes stay ahead. And there's still plenty of basketball to be played, and honestly 13 points can evaporate as quickly, you know, as a cup of water in the Senegalese sun.
I love the analogy, and with the perimeter threat from the Kwara Falcons, it really can dissipate quite quickly. It's going to require a real stern defensive effort on the perimeter as well from AS Douanes.
I want to know what kind of tactics Usher would have in terms of, you know, defensively. What kind of you know, an amoeba defense, maybe, I don't know. What have you got up your sleeve?
Well, at this point, it will have to be man-to-man, but in the zone, as you can see, just to make sure they deny them that space with the ball.
Asha, you know, you have got the coaching, you've got the coaching DNA, baby.
Yes, I'm trying to do my level best out here.
12 points, 1 block, 4 blocks, 11 points. There you go. It gives you an idea of how things are set up here as we enter the, well, I mean, it's the business end. Well, that's a very important, look at that. Oh, is he going to be okay? He's down there and he's not in a great place. Modou Faltiam. Let's see if he's okay.
I'm just getting a little bit physical as Kwara Falcons take exception to Douanes, who try to impact the block and then going down to ground
Heavily.
Xiang Tiam.
I hope that he's okay. I mean, if he's sitting up, that's already a good thing. But, you know, you've got 3 minutes left on the clock.
Just a second, as Tiam being seen to, it's a dangerous area there. And coming in from the block, coming from behind. Just see Douanes and getting caught in the action. Everybody close by.
Yeah, it was. There was a bit more traffic that came in afterwards, and a little pushing and shoving, and the cameraman seems to be okay as well. We just want everybody to be okay, but it just goes to show it's a very dangerous zone down there, you know. So things can actually happen. The great news is that he's back up on his feet, and he seems to be okay, and that's all that matters. But we are going to go and check out and see whether or not there was any foul play as Modou Faltiam went charging down towards to try and polish off that fine piece of play.
Yeah, the referee's just going to check what happened straight after the block and the foul call, just to see if they're scaling up calls on any players in and around the action area and what sort of altercation took place between the two teams. Douanes at the center of that action. Not really necessary for Douanes to try and be involved in all of that extra stuff, because he's already made a statement on the defensive end, and the referees are still just assessing what was happening on that side.
Yeah, we'll hear from Usher in a minute once the final verdict has been made. But as we can see, I think that we've understood that, you know, this is going to be quite physical right to the final buzzer, because it's points being prizes. Kwara Falcons will not go down without a fight. They battled in every single game that they played in their first ever BAL, and they've improved in every single game that they played. So game 4 is pivotal in where they are actually going, whether they go to Kigali or they don't go to Kigali.
They've shown exceptional character. They represent the fighting spirit of what a basketball team should be. We saw their opening game and the improvement since then, and they continue to showcase their character. They are not out of this at all. And Faltiam is still on the floor, just taking a second to catch a breather. And he's led the way with his 15 points, leading all the scoring for the Kwara Falcons. And with the kind of game he's having on the offensive end, that's right, it wasn't really necessary. You know, you made the statement, took away the block. And Douanes has been a stalwart inside the paint, been aggressive, but maybe just too much aggression shown post the work on the floor.
Well, he's the player who actually came in to replace Kadim Mbop, of course, at Kwara Falcons. So one of the youngsters who's actually got himself, you know, involved in this, which is absolutely incredible. So he only got called up 3 days ago to come into the team, which is just remarkable, and what he's achieving here is just sensational. You know, another player who has stood up, said, I'll fit in, I'll play amongst the big boys, and look what he's doing now.
And he's been rewarded with 17 minutes a game, giving them 8.5 points, and, you know, pretty good from the free throw line. He was 6 of 7 coming into this, and he's only one connection from downtown prior to this contest.
Yeah, and he's the only Senegalese player from the BAL Elevate program who's actually in this BAL in the Sahara Conference, so which is extraordinary. And he's standing up and he's getting himself very much involved in absolutely everything that he's doing. And coming through the NBA Academy, Africa, of course, and 11 points. And in 21 minutes played against Stade Malien in that loss.
And just another look, the attempt was legitimate, trying to block the basketball. He tried to time it, got the timing wrong, hit the arm, and this is where it got a little bit fuzzy. Trying to step over the young player, trying to make a statement, and the teammates right there to protect him, and that's there. You can expect that kind of reaction.
Well, yeah, of course.
You've got to take care of the young players on your team. The referee still in conference in terms of what must be done.
AS Douanes up against Kwara Falcons, 59-70. And Asha will be with us, and yeah, let's go and hear from Asha. You got the latest?
Yes, so after review, it's been awarded as a common foul on Douanes, so shooting 2 for the substitute that will come on according to the referee, and then there's a technical foul on Monyang and Boissy.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you for that information. Well, there you have it. Yeah, it's fresh information coming straight from Asha. That's brilliant. 59-7. Sorry, carry on.
Yes, Robbie. So Cham will have to be substituted, and the substitute, who right now is Adekoya, will be the one going on the charity line.
Thank you. A little bit of drama, and it's all been resolved. Technical foul, there you go. Monyang. So cute. Here we go.
All the drama. And it's all playing out in this do-or-die game. Adekoya comes in. He's perfect from the free throw line so far in competition. And you can't choose a better shooter to come on in and make pressure free throws.
7 points, 2 from 4, and 100%. Important points, an important pair of points. 61-70. They go below the 10-point barrier, which will give them lots of confidence in going into these final 3 minutes. It's going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. This very much is money time to find out what will happen. And they get possession back. That is a mistake, and that's a big mistake from Amaning.
Understanding situation is very important, and here's Amaning.
It's a shirt pull, in fact, isn't it? I think it was a pull from Mohamed Douanes.
Douanes, gotta understand what's happening. The referees will call it a little bit tighter, especially based on the contact that we've just seen, just to calm it down, to make sure that the players stick to the mandate and play the game of basketball.
Well, it just looks like Douanes was fouled out there, and in comes Osharoiba as his substitute.
Thank you, Asha. Sharoya coming on. That's correct. And Douanes, who's been the blocking blockbuster bonanza player tonight, has been exceptional. How many blocks are we going to get tonight here? This is going bananas. Another B. I'm going for the B's tonight.
Picking up right where Douanes left off inside the paint.
This is the game now. Asha, we've got to get B's going.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, that break there for the review on television kind of took the momentum away from both teams, and now they must restart their energies and focus for the remaining 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I really hope it's not a burden.
I see you, Robbie. Come on.
Is Karim Munyon into the hands of Tiam back on court, going for a long-range shot. No, Munyon on the outside. It goes into Kali. Oh, there's the attempt to try and get the pass. There's Munyon who just charges into Boissy, and he will pick up a foul, and that's going to be foul number 4 for him.
Yeah, for a second it looked like it wasn't going to be called as Munyon came across, but he turned his body, and because they are now in the penalty, the Kwara Falcons, Boissy will go to the free throw line. And free throw line, I think, is going to be a narrative here now, especially down the stretch, with all of the fouls that we've seen called and with all of the contact, and they're going to have to make some pressure shots.
Well, we're getting extracted from the slipstream with all of these, you know, stops and starts because of the team fouls. So that's the way it is at the end of this 4th quarter. But it basically will determine who will be victorious. 10 points, of course, the lead for AS Douanes. The smiling faces of the local fans here in the Dakar arena in Diamniadio, just south of the Senegalese capital, are basically showing us, you know, the flavour of the evening.
Boissy to 20 points now.
Oh, stunning shot that really was from Oriaki.
Double digits, 11 for Oriaki. He's been great, being given the start and rewarding his coach with an outstanding performance.
Crawford, it's a big 3-point attempt there. Doesn't find its rightful destination. They get possession back. This is going to be 2 against 1. Boissy takes it back out. Trying to do something special. It just didn't happen for Diop, but the idea was good.
The idea was good, and probably better outcome because it takes more time off the game and shot clock and allows AS Douanes to actually work the shot clock.
Look at Crawford. Oh, that's nearly a sensational little twist and turn to rise up from underneath the basket, but it doesn't happen. 3 seconds in the paint. Can't spend too much time there. You can't go on holiday down there.
Oh no, can't spend time in there at all. And 6 assists for Crawford. He was looking for his 7th, but the referees right there to make the call, and so it is. Timeout called on the floor. A 9-point game.
63-72. Kadri Jibril, coach of Kwara Falcons, calling the timeout. It'll give them the time to try and focus on what they can do. Kwara Falcons, what will they do?
And you mentioned something very important. You know, when the replays happen, it's almost as if a timeout is being called. So coaches can utilize their time. A smart coach will utilize their time to try and re-strategize. It can kill some scoring momentum, and we've seen that happen. But here they'll try and figure out if they can get something from the 3-point line. Tiam leading the way for the Kwara Falcons, 6 of 10 for his 15 points. Oriaki chipping in with 11 and 3 rebounds and 1 assist. On the other side, it's been Boissy, the hot man with the hot hand. 20 points, 6 of 10 shooting, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Impressed by Crawford, 16 and 6, making sure the ball is being distributed to the right places. And Amaning with his 10 points.
And look at that. That is Boissy, who has been absolutely extraordinary tonight. Long-range shooting, very busy. Distribution has been good. He's been buzzing around the D. He's been distributing the ball very well. He's been a top player. Look at that, 5 from 9 3-points, 20 points in total. That man with the number 5 on his back has been on fuego.
On fuego, indeed.
Izzy goes on a charge through the paint, and the foul has been committed, and it's Amaning who's picked it up. It's only a second tonight, but...
So if they can draw and extract fouls early in the shot clock, it will serve them. what they've got to do is make the free throws and then see if they can't make quick turnover possessions happen on the other side. You'll see them pressure the ball quite significantly, both on the inbound and as the ball tries to move up the floor.
Usher's been spying. Usher's got something for us. Usher, where are you?
Yes, I'm just next to the AS Douanes bench, just looking at the body language. They know it's not yet over, but there's really encouragement for the players on the court to just see this through and perhaps get their second victory at this tournament, the Sahara Conference.
Well, it's down to 7 points, and honestly, you know what kind of full court press potentially has been implemented. There's going to be, we want the ball, we want to get hold of possession, but Crawford finds a way through, mid-range 2, he gets knocked off his feet. The foul's been committed, and he will go to the free throw line. Eze's committed the foul on that occasion. Foul number 4 for him.
Smart play by Chris Crawford. Waited for the defense to come split the double team, and then was also able to extract the foul and get himself to the free throw line.
I'll call it 3rd foul, not 4th, sorry.
Veteran guard who's got the responsibility of making some big free throws, and the University of Memphis is where he played his college basketball. He's going to rely on all of that experience and bring that to the fore here in this very, very vital part of the game.
Yeah, he's also a player who's been around, and he's played some great basketball. He played in France, played in Beirut, and the States, of course. But the vision, the speed, the dribbling, he's got a great set of skills. 5 personal fouls, and Mike Ocherobia has been fouled out. That's the end of his outing here. Don't think it's going to make too much of a difference.
4 points, Ocherobia, for his 5 fouls, and he heads to the bench. Yeah, a little bit of dissatisfaction, but it was job done. Did all that he could on the defensive end. Kaman Malawash coming in for the final 46.4 seconds of this one.
4 rebounds, 16 points. He manages to put another point on the scoreboard. 8 points now, 45 seconds remaining. It comes down to Oriaki. Got to go for shots. They got to get points. They got to get points quite quickly. Oriaki. Ball comes out. 3-point attempt there for Mori. Nicely done. Beautifully dropped in by Victor Eze. And they needed those points. 68-73, Q.
It was such a great find. See Eze wide open on the baseline, and he makes the shot. Stone cold.
Wasi, nicely done. Just opening things up, and now they'll calm things down. And another whistle blown and another foul committed. This time it's Ademola Karim.
Young Karim commits the foul, and it's going to send Amane to the free throw line. Pressure free throws. You kind of want your best free throw shooter, Robbie, to be in the position to draw the foul, especially here. And I don't know if this works in favor of AS Douanes having Amane at the free throw line.
We'll get to see what he's capable of doing. 5 from 9 field goals, and here he is, trying to put more points on the scoreboard, just stretch that lead. Oh, he missed both, and they get a chance to go again. Oriaki goes into the corner, 3-point for Eze. The traveling call, and a mistake that's been made, and a major mistake, and that's probably the turning point, and that's probably the end of it.
That was huge. That moment, because they had Victor Eze wide open.
It's another traveling call. I don't know what he was thinking. You've got to go for the points. We're using up too much time on the clock, and that was a very big mistake from Michael Oriaki. There's a Kareem, sorry. Look at that, the travelling call. Trying to spin into the defender.
They make the mistake, they go ahead and get the turnover, and then they are unable to capitalize on their own hard work on the defensive end.
But they had extra players as well. This is the crazy thing about it all.
But the chance now at the free throw line for Boissy to try and just create a little bit of breathing room. 2 shots here, and it takes it over 2 possessions, and that will be it.
Jean-Jacques Boissy will logically have the last thing to say on court for this very entertaining encounter here. 68 points to 75. 4.7 seconds remaining. 7 points. I think we can basically say that it's a done deal.
We can. There's still a little bit here, and some strategy that needs to be employed. They've got to take as much time off the clock as possible. 2 AS to 1. They've got to spread the floor and make sure that it gets into the hands of one of their best free throw shooters. So Boissy is shooting the ball well, so is Crawford. Get those guys the touches here, if possible. We have a look again at those stats, reinforcing the work that Boissy's done on the floor. Diop with 6 points at the bottom. Adekoya, 8 points, 2 or 4 shots. Doesn't take too many. One of those long-range snipers got to come in and make the shot for the Falcons, just to bring them within a little bit of the score line. But if they can't, then it will be over. .7 seconds remaining. And Kwara Falcons on the cusp of losing their 4th straight game here at the Sahara Conference. 14 rebounds, but there's Eze with a chance for a big long-range 3-pointer. It's all over here. It's all done and dusted. The home fans celebrate. Kwara Falcons will have to go again in their final game, but tonight Senegal's AS Douanes have provided us with some fine entertainment. They make it 2 wins now out of 4 with 1 game remaining, and it basically nudges them a little bit closer towards qualification for the playoffs in Kigali. 68-75 the final score here in Dakar. Well, they've all but eliminated themselves, the Kwara Falcons, and a great performance on the day from AS Douanes. They've managed to distribute the ball well, got 3 players in double figures. We saw some great defensive play from Vianya. We got the crowd involved. On the other side was Tiam, Oriaki, and Eze, who got themselves into double figures for the Kwara Falcons, but they just could not rein in the performance from AS Douanes. AS Douanes, 2nd win in 2 days, and they can well and truly say they've got the ball rolling.
They got into the slipstream, they really did, and we'll get a reaction from the MVP in this encounter in a couple of moments. Oh, you'll get Jean-Jacques Boissy. Well, we're going to get Jean-Jacques Boissy in a second. And there's a little celebration in the middle queue, but magical scenes here with a great, vibrant atmosphere. Beautiful party atmosphere that's been taking place. And we've really enjoyed it, haven't we?
We certainly have, and they improve on their record. You know, remember in season 1 they went 1-3 in group play. And here they are, picking up a 2nd significant win in Sahara Conference play, AS Douanes. So already an immediate improvement, and so we get to see them celebrate that as a team.
Their last game is against Monastir. Let's hear from Jean-Jacques Boissy.
Merci Etienne et Jacques. Jean-Jacques Boissy, merci d'être avec nous, bravo, félicitations. premières impressions à chaud après ce match?
Je pense que c'est une victoire dont on avait gravement besoin parce qu'on a perdu les deux premiers matchs à domicile.
After our
Du coup, on avait besoin de cette victoire parce que le public est là, il nous supporte. Le coach est là et on n'a pas abandonné en tant qu'équipe.
Alors hier, c'était les matchs de la survie. Aujourd'hui, ce match-là, comment vous pouvez l'appeler?
Je pense que c'était comme une finale. C'était le championship game parce qu'on ne pouvait pas perdre le match encore. Parce qu'il y a Ray qui a battu, Ray qui a été battu du coup.
Because Reg lost and we knew that we needed to win this game.
Personnellement, vous
So
faites
we've
une
done that. We've
performance
achieved our goal.
incroyable. Mais je ne veux pas parler du nombre de points que vous marquez. C'est cette assurance. Vous faites du 100% au lancer franc. D'où est-ce que ça vous vient?
Je pense que c'est les coéquipiers, ils me font confiance.
Yeah, it's my teammates that make me feel confident.
Et tous les joueurs locaux, ils me font confiance.
And everybody around me has been really helping me and encouraging me. And
pour les matchs
there's
à
a
venir,
great
qu'est-ce qu'on
group
peut
of
attendre
players.
justement de l'AS Douanes? Pour les matchs à venir, qu'est-ce qu'on peut attendre de l'AS Douanes?
On ne peut rien promettre, c'est tout dans les mains de Dieu, mais on va aller à fond comme
We're going to go 100% and go as far as we can and see if we can qualify. Well, of course, you know, fighting talk there from Jean-Jacques Boissy. Absolutely outstanding. He really, really was coming in and showing us what he's capable of doing. And just look at the stats. The last game, 10, 22 today. Field goal percentage up by 16. The assists the same, still less. And all of those three-pointers that came raining in from all across the court.
Well, he was tested, and then he came to the fore. Jean-Jacques Boissy, 5 of those 3-pointers of the 8 of 22 from AS Douanes. They shared the ball a lot better today. 19 assists on the 48% from the field. That gave them 75 points. And for the Kwara Falcons of Nigeria, it was 10 of 27. They managed to steal the ball 10 times, assist on just 12 of their field goals. As 34% it was for their 68 points. And the Kwara Falcons resigned to their 4th defeat in the Sahara Conference play. AS Douanes improved the record to 2-2, and now they are well and truly trying to stamp that ticket in the road to Kigali, Robbie. And you know, they made a little statement with this win.
AS Douanes, yeah, really enjoying that second straight win for them. This is what's coming up, of course, the results from today's Stade Malien beating Reg 84-64. Remarkable victory there to knock down the unbeaten Reg. Kwara Falcons, of course, going down 68-75 today. And tomorrow, on day after tomorrow, which will be Monday, Kwara Falcons up again against ABC Fighters to finish off with a proud performance against Liz Mills, team from Abidjan. And then, of course, we have that wonderful showdown between Rwanda Energy Group and US Monastir, the defending champions. Thanks very much. We'll see you very soon. Day off tomorrow for the BAL. See you on Monday. Thanks, Q. Thanks, Sasha. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.